Well, hello again, YouTube, and welcome to episode 2 of Kerbal Space Program. So far it seems like the unedited, mass amount of, Let's Playing on the career mode map is actually doing pretty well, and it's easy for me to produce, which is why I'm doing an upload basically daily at this rate. That's something I'm going to try and maintain for as long as possible, hopefully at least for the first 5 episodes. Anyways, so as you know, this is 0.22, and I do have some mods installed, and I will be installing more mods once I've accomplished everything I can with the stock game. There are some mods that are kind of cheaty, so I'm not going to be using them at all, because this is supposed to be legit. Like Kerbal Live Feed, I'm going to be getting rid of this as soon as possible. I could get rid of it right now, but I don't feel like it, so get rid of you, and there. Romfair's laser, I'm not using the main laser system, I'm just using the Sunbeam laser, and then also the DYJ minigun mod, that's another one I'm using, but I can't use any of those parts because I have not unlocked them in R&D, and also they are not updated versions of the mod, so they do not have a tech node on the tech tree for me to get them in R&D. I will, however, be modifying those mods in order to put them on the tech tree at some point if I can't find an updated version. It's pretty easy to do that, and I think it's honestly probably better if I assign the science values and stuff based on what I think is reasonable and such. Anyways, let's get back into what we were doing. So, I have 40 science points, and I hope my game didn't just crash. Come on. Okay, it didn't crash. Anyways, I'm able to get both of these, and I'm not even gonna... I think, honestly, since I can get both of them, and I can't get this, and I also can't get this, I'm just not gonna waste time on it, and... Oh, wait, what's this? Okay, so this gives me SAS wheels, but what about... I need batteries. Apparently I can't unlock those yet. So yeah, I'm gonna get these so that we can do some more advanced stuff. Oh wait, what's this? Is this what I need? 45 science gets me the batteries, also gets me the better antenna, but it does not get me the other stuff. So I could save my current amount of science, go do a mission, come back and get the batteries. Or do I really need these? I'm not doing anything large scale yet, so I'm going to save my science points. I only need 20 more, so we can just build something really basic, get it to orbit, and be done with it. So, something's missing. Sub-assemblies, where art thou? Can't speak. Oh, it doesn't show up until I put a part down. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. That had me mildly freaked out for a second. So, we got these, better engines. We still have these basic parts here, a couple basic parts here. We do have landing struts, and we also have some better parachutes, and we still don't really have much in terms of science. Now, what I'm thinking I'm actually going to do for this is I'm going to make a ship that can get to orbit and come back, but it's going to come back in more than one piece. And it's not going to come back in more than one piece in a bad way. So let's do something like this. And then put on radial decouplers like this. Is that good? Yeah, that looks right. And each one of these is going to have one of these on it. And then it's going to have a command pod on it. 3 engines on it, and in addition to that, it's also going to have landing struts. Is there an easier? Yes, there is an easier way for me to do this. Jeez. I could do this. Give it landing struts like that, and I can take these off. And I think if I remove everything and then I alt-click this, take it off, and then reattach these, and now reattach these. Hopefully nothing interferes. Yep, all good. And then put the pods back on. This will give me some slightly better SAS stuff, and then give them all parachutes. Give the center one a parachute, and it doesn't need symmetry mode. Okay, so this is what we're taking to orbit. It's a pretty big payload. Yeah, but relatively simple, all things considered. That should be pretty much everything I need for that. The central pod, yeah, basically I just want to be able to get more science for what I'm doing, pretty much. So now all I need to do is give it a couple of these. Unfortunately, symmetry mode is a little annoying sometimes. Just, that's how it works, pretty much. Is that even? No, it's not. Okay. I need it to be over, like, one more. Right there. Yep. Okay. So these are going to be the command pods that I bring back down. They're going to be able to land. I don't even... Do I need parachutes? They seem a little redundant. I'll put them on as an emergency situation. But really, this staging is irrelevant because I can always fix the staging on the fly. And I'm not even going to really use the staging, in all honesty. So anything in stage 0 is not going to be staged, basically. I don't need it. What I do need is a launch stage. I haven't built a really good default launch stage, and that's kind of an issue. But this isn't too big of a payload when I consider it. It's pretty simple, pretty small. We don't have any struts though, and that has me a bit concerned. We also don't have... Wait, I'm symmetry moding this, I shouldn't be. It's just gonna clip parts. Okay, so I have all this, and then I just need to put on the radial decouplers, and I can either go all liquid fuel, which is probably gonna be better, or I can go for some solid fuel boosters. But I think I'm gonna do liquid fuel just because it's a safer situation. Alright, so engines. And there might be a bit of background noise. Whoa, what did that just do? Okay, in terms of actually keeping this thing stable on the launch pad, I'm glad I can do this, because that's going to really help. Okay, so now to figure out the staging, these all go at the same time, then this goes, and then this goes. In terms of getting it to orbit, it might be a good idea to have another stage under this. Yeah, I'm gonna put another stage under this. So sink that into the ground. I'll fix it later. And under that decoupler, I'm gonna put this along with these on the side. Maybe like that will be good. Give it some of these, and that should be good enough. And then I just need to give it the engines, and that should be everything I need to do. And I have to talk really loud for annoying reasons. In fact, I'm going to go and deal with that really quickly. Alright, so I'm gonna have to say that this is pretty much finished. I mean, I've got everything I need. I checked all the staging off camera. Everything is in place and lined up. All that's left to do is see if we fail terribly or not. And I don't even really need to make it safely to orbit, all things considered. But what I am going to do is I'm going to take this whole thing. I'm going to do this. And we're going to call this Launcher Mark 1. Description, Early Tech, Basic Launch Stage. Done. What? Oh, okay. For a second that almost really made me rage quit. Did I put all the stages back? Yeah, it did. Perfect. That is so useful. Okay, let's drag this down a little bit, and that, I think, is everything. So this is going to be the 4K science ship. And we need a full crew, so fill the entire thing. Alright. That's everything we need, so save, and let's go. Took 10 minutes to get that thing going. Well, in total, in terms of episode time. Alright. Here goes nothing and everything all at once. Now, thankfully, because I have 4 command modules on here, I will have some limited form of control. So that's going to definitely come in handy. Anyways, let's see how this goes. Probably not going to end well. Well, I haven't blown up yet. But that rocket sound was way too loud. We are kind of pitching over in the wrong direction. But again, we don't need to get into a solid orbit. We just need to get into orbit. And this will definitely give me quite a bit of research, too. Alright, now do I have at least slightly more control? It looks like we're going to be going into polar orbit on this thing. Let's start gravity turning. No. Out. Stop flipping over. I'm not sure this is going to go very well. I have so little control over it without proper SAS. No. Crap. Cut throttle. Stage. Now I have proper control, but so little thrust that it's not going to do anything. Alright, let's rotate around, like so. Okay. This launch stage is probably going to need some improving once I unlock SAS. But let's just see how... Oh crap, we passed Apo. Yep, we're not going anywhere with this. Okay. So, the payload is just too heavy, and I don't have enough control. So, let's revert back to the VAB. And I think I'm going to spend my research points on getting SAS, because we really don't have a choice. At least, I hope I can get SAS. I don't know. Please tell me I can get SAS. It's not in there. It's, what is it? It's this one, right? Nope, can't research SAS. Okay, crap. What can I research? I can research these engines which have gimbaling. It's actually a good idea. Separatrons, don't really need them, and better fuel, solid fuel boosters. What's this? This is for the rotary, radial engine thingies, and a slightly bigger fuel tank. Alright. So now I'm going to modify my launcher stage to use the gimbaling engines, just because they'll give me slightly more control over this thing. So take this off, take these off, and replace them with these. They have less thrust, but they'll give me more control in the end. Alright, there we go. And not going to do that. And now just fix the stage real quick. Save and launch. Maybe now that we have the gimbaling on them, they'll actually work properly. Hopefully, maybe. It'll give us some form of control, but it'll also cause more wobbling, which I'm not going to be happy about. But I don't really think I can do anything about it either. So let's give this a shot. I don't have any struts yet. And that's research that I haven't yet done and can't do for a while. Alright. Yep, so far so good with the gimbaling. However, SAS I don't think uses gimbling at all, so it doesn't matter. We are spinning a lot, and I'm not happy with that. I can't tell which direction I need to try and stop the spinning in. I don't think I even have enough power on the SAS module to stop the spinning, so I'm just gonna have to put up with it then. We're gonna be dropping the solid fuel booster soon. I'm not liking all this craziness. Okay, solid fuel away. We're still kind of out of control, but a little better. I'm gonna start just a very, very slight gravity turn here. I don't have nearly as much thrust as I did, but that shouldn't be too big of an issue. Alright, so I'm gonna want to be at about a 45 degree angle by the time I reach 10,000 meters, probably. Alright, well, this time it's a little bit more boring. Gonna be honest about that, it's a little boring when nothing's blowing up. Alright, right there. Hopefully I haven't turned over too far, too early. We are still gaining a lot of speed, but we aren't that high up in the atmosphere, and we're running out of fuel very quickly. I don't know about this. Starting to get a little sketchy. Apoapsis is at 17,000. It's still going up, but we are about to lose a lot of thrust. Okay, get rid of those. It might not affect us too much, though, because while we got rid of the thrust, we also got rid of a lot of weight. This is looking pretty stable, in fact. Alright, I'm just gonna roll with it, see what happens. That's not promising, though. I'm not liking the looks of that. Come on, leave map view. Please, just end quickly so I can use the next stage. I want the next stage. Get rid of this one really quick. Come on, just drop it, and then let me stage. Okay, good. Now we're talking. This is gonna really help. Okay, so now, getting the apoapsis up there. This is the stage I wanted to use for doing circularization burn, but it looks like that's not really gonna happen. Alright, I need to get it up to at least 70,000. From the looks of it, that's not gonna be too difficult. Although we are burning fuel pretty quick. 45, 50, a little more. Really? We burned through that stage that fast? Alright. So this is the part where I have to manually stage things, because otherwise I'm going to use engines I don't want to use. I want to activate this engine and this engine only. Is that going to do much of anything? Not really. Oh, this is concerning. Even if I just get out of the atmosphere, though, that's going to be worthwhile. And at this point, anything will go. I would prefer a stable orbit, but it looks like that's not going to happen, so just getting out of the atmosphere is going to be enough for me. And it didn't even save the fact that I wanted to bring along more than one crew member, but whatever. In fact, if I activate all these engines, then things might go a little better, so I have to do this manually now. Activate, activate, activate. That didn't activate. Go. Okay. And now we do this. Alright. And then let's do this. Start to pitch over a lot more. I'm kind of skeptical about this working, to be honest. Although it is going surprisingly well. We are at a decent orbital velocity, and my apoapsis is almost out of the atmosphere. I can probably pitch over a bit more, in fact. Come on. So close. If I like legit run out of fuel like a second before getting a stable orbit, I'm just gonna... I don't even know. I don't even want to think of what I'm going to do. Alright. 68. Almost at 70. 74 is... that's good enough. I'm just gonna completely pitch over now and see what happens. Okay. I've got an orbit out of the atmosphere, and it will soon be circular. That apoapsis is getting up higher than I want it to be. Alright, cut there. Let's warp forward to our apoapsis, and it's confirmed that we are outside the atmosphere because of the music. Okay, right there. And now I just need a tiny bit more delta V to get a periapsis. Come on, give me that periapsis. Here we go, and 75, come on. Tiny bit more. When it flips around to about halfway, that's when I want to switch it off. $73, $77. It's good enough for what I came to orbit to do. So, basically, here's how this is going to work. I decouple one ship. So, I'll decouple this one. And then I switch over to it. And I'm gonna... Why is it... What's wrong with you? I have electric charge. Oh, there's no one in it. Herp derp. Okay. That's a problem. I forgot. That's kind of... Oh, God. Okay. I forgot all about that. Well, then I guess I'm just gonna have to do this. Observe all this mystery goo. And keep all the data. And then get a crew report. Keep data. And then get you out on EVA. And then let's do an EVA report. Keep data. Alright, now I'm basically gonna have to leave a couple of these out here in orbit just so I can make this stable. So, I'm sorry, but I need to decouple. Oh, I have to get back in first. Duh. And decouple you. And decouple you. There we go. Now we flip ourselves around, and I'm gonna try and land, actually. Because I'm gonna need to practice my landing skills, since the next stop is gonna be the Min. Alright. Come on, hold there. And let's just see what I can do about landing in daylight. I'm definitely gonna start to re-enter, but not very much. Which is what I want. I don't want a significant re-entry, I want some re-entry. In fact, this is going to be really slow. I want to land where it's light, and I want to actually be over land when I kill the rest of my orbital velocity. So, that means a lot of waiting. In the meantime, I need to get a screenshot for the episode. Where's the sun? 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 Donde está? Where are you? I don't have lights on this thing, so... And I'll get a good re-entry screenshot then. Right. Periapsis has lowered a bit, but not a concerning amount. I know I'm trying to not edit this, because that just makes it take longer. I already have to do a tiny bit of editing just because I've had to cut a few things. So yeah, that's kind of annoying, but not a big deal. That'll take like 10 seconds. Okay. Well... Welp. This is going to be interesting. Probably not. How much fuel? Oh, God, I have like no fuel on this thing. I'm definitely gonna have to use the parachute. That's like no question. No questions, just using the parachute. But I'm going to cut the parachute once it's killed most of my velocity and then use the engines to get down the rest of the way. Because I'm trying to practice my landing skills for when I go to the Mun. Because ships that go to the Mun are worth a lot of data. The only thing is that I'm not doing that until I have an accurate way to transmit that data. And that means more research around Kerbin and in Kerbin orbit and such. So there's the other ships. They're basically stuck up there. We're barely re-entering. Wait, sunlight? Sunlight! I don't want it to be the exact same screenshot though, so I'm going to do a re-entry shot. Alright, well, I don't want to kill any more velocity until I'm over land. So, that is a nice screenshot, though. I'll take it, just in case. Alright, there we go. Now, let's see. Just because I can. Alright, there we go. So, that's enough screenshots for now. What am I flying over? Oh. Is that what I'm flying over? Wait, this is... Ah, okay. So we're pretty close to land, actually. I think. Yeah, we're getting pretty close. Alright, this is probably going to be the part where I start to decelerate a lot. In fact, parachute is going out. Can't deploy yet, we're too high in the atmosphere. Cut the fizz warp. And this is probably going to mean that I have to go down on parachute alone. Because I'm going to be using the engines just to be able to adjust my landing site. I only need to get it a little bit lower, just so I'll get a proper re-entry. The re-entry itself is going to do the rest for me, pretty much. Let's just be ready for a pretty good re-entry effects screenshot. Get it right on the retrograde. Right there, come on. And get to stay. Alright, and now we wait at Fizz Warp 4. Fizz Warp. That's just so fun to say. Fizz Warp. Alright. That doesn't look like a good way to re-enter. Hang on. Slow down the Fizz Warp. Where are we going to land anyways? Re-entry should start to take effect very soon. So as soon as it starts taking effect, I'm going to kill the Fizz Warp. I just can't stop saying that. Come on, re-entry. You should be slowing me down by now. Maybe if I give you a helping hand. I will say one thing. The SAS wobbling, it's a lot better, but it still could be better than it is. Come on. Re-entry. Are you going to put me where I want to be? Alright, what is this doing? From the looks of it, I'm definitely going to end up on land. Just not entirely sure where. We're coming in at a good velocity, though. Here we go. Here's re-entry. Alright, this is screenshotting time. Get me on that retrograde quick. Doesn't need to be exact. I'm just taking those screenshots for the thumbnail. Alright, there we go. That's all nice. Parachute should be deploying soon. There we go. Parachute's deployed. That's going to slow me down a lot. It's basically just a drag chute. I'm just going to use that to kill a lot of my horizontal velocity. Once I've basically killed all the horizontal velocity, I'm just going to use the engines the rest of the way. Alright, that's enough screenshots. If I can't find a good one for the thumbnail out of all that, then that's just kind of sad. Alright, we're still pretty high up, though. I'm probably going to cut the chute around 1,000 meters, at least before it fully deploys, because it's not supposed to be used to completely kill all of my vertical velocity. I don't really need to do SAS because the chute's going to keep me properly stabilized. So we can just fizz warp at this rate. So that chute's basically gonna just eliminate any and all horizontal velocity, and it should give me a nice, easy landing as a result. Okay, right here, right here. This is where I need to start burning the engines. I'm gonna get a little further down. This isn't even gonna be... Oh, it's actually pretty flat. Okay. In fact, I might wait until the chute deploys. Come on, deploy. You better deploy. There. Alright. So, at this point, I'm going to give it a little engine power and cut the parachute. And now give it some engine power. Crap. I foresee bad things. Well, I lived. I suppose that counts for something. Alright, good enough. It's good enough for me. Let's get the heck out of here and recover our science and see if we can get the SAS module. If I can get the SAS module, I can start going into higher orbits and get more science points. 5 science, right, forgot. I need to go back here into the tracking station. And I need to recover the science ship. So recover that. And I only get, really, 11 science. That's sad. That is sad. All that work for nothing. I can terminate these, right? Yeah, I don't need these. So I can't really do anything with those science points, so we're gonna have to come up with some better ways to get science. And that's probably gonna mean a completely redesigned spacecraft. Not sure how much time I actually have left for the episode, probably like 10-15 minutes. So that's enough time for me to maybe design a new spacecraft. Probably not enough time for me to launch it, though. Alright, so we do have these better rocket boosters. I might actually put those to work. Let's go for something a bit more basic this time. So we'll give it something like this, and then give it 3 of these, but sort of tilted into the rocket, like so. And then put on some of these engines, and one of these, like so. Alright, so there's the orbiter, and then it's just going to come down by means of parachute. And then I need to, I don't actually know it. What? Okay, like this. Good. Stack decoupler, just 1. And then I need this for 8. No, excessive. Like that. And then I'll get 3 radially. Get a decoupler here. And give it 2 liquid fuels on the side. And with the gimbaling engines, of course, And in addition to that, I want to get 2 more radial decouplers and some of these solid rocket boosters. And then I want to rotate the whole thing 90 degrees. Okay, so now that I've got that and that, just put on some wings for the sake of accomplishing nothing. Whoa, no, bad. What did it do? Oh, I copy-pasted the wrong thing. That's what it did. Okay, just me derping around, you know, no big. What else can I put on here? Can I do this? Come on, please tell me I can part clip. I want a part clip. Come on, let me part clip. Screw it. Debug menu. Allow part clipping. I just want to part clip these. That's it. That's the only thing I want to part clip. If it breaks something, too bad. But it just looks so much better like that. Alright. This is probably not going to survive in any way, shape, or form imaginable. I also don't care. Which ones are connected to the solid fuel boosters? These are. The solid fuel boosters should, emphasis on should, run out before the liquid ones do. Then, as soon as these detach, wait, this goes with this, and then that detaches, and then this is to get to orbit, a circular orbit, and then this detaches, and that comes home. Alright, the next step is to put on a crap ton of these, somehow. Maybe like this. And with any luck, I'll be able to get into higher orbits. So, yeah. This is going to be the 1K Psi ship. Good enough. Let's go. Alright. So, hopefully nothing breaks. Start crossing your fingers. And maybe your eyes. Alright. We've just got Jeb along. We don't need anyone else. Let's just... this is... not looking forward to this. Moment of truth. That feels too perfect. It's way too perfect. This is going too well. I'm sorry, game. This is going a little too well. This is the part where you break something. Yeah, it's looking like the solid fuel boosters are going to run out before liquid engines. God. Speaking. Ain't nobody got time for speaking. Alright, 5,000 meters. And climbing on the apoapsis. I suppose I should start a basic gravity turn. Even though I still have the solid fuel boosters, I'm gonna start to turn. Just very slightly. Tiny amount. Don't blow anything up, preferably. Don't do it. Done do it. Done do it. Done do it. Alright. Get those away, and they don't cause any problems, luckily. Alright, continue to gravity turn a bit more. Don't screw anything up. At least don't screw anything significant up. I think this thing doesn't quite have enough thrust to get to orbit, though. Because those gimbling engines are pathetic. Though I do have a decent supply of fuel left. Alright, go away. This is a bit concerning. Just slightly. Come on. You can do it. I should gravity turn more as well. Probably about 50 degrees at this point, because we are... Whoa. Stop. Stop it. Okay, right here. Don't do anything stupid. 28,000. I don't know, we might We might be able to do this. I am skeptical, however. I'm extremely skeptical about this, but it is doable. And if it works, I'll be happy. If not, I'm not going to be too surprised. I might have wanted to launch at a better time. Also, this is a pretty good cinematic shot, so let's get some cinematics going. Alright. 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. It's not quite gonna get us to orbit, but it gets most of the way. And this will do the rest. Come on. 44. 45, turn some more, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Alright, I'm just going to let this go a bit longer. And this time we're going out to a 200,000 meter orbit, or 200 kilometer. Mainly because I want to be able to actually get a little bit closer to going to the moon. Probably going to be going there next episode, hopefully, if all goes according to plan. And get down to 10 degrees, or maybe 15. 15's good, because we still want to get this going up more. A little more. 70. Give myself some extra. 71. Alright. Now I need to completely go over to totally flat against the horizon. And I'm just gonna continue to do a slight bit of stuff. Alright, we're almost out of the atmosphere, so I'm just gonna coast out. And we'll see what's going on then. Should be out of the atmosphere in 3, 2, 1. Alright, here we are. Outside the atmosphere. Now, let's do this. Come on. We need to get up to a decent orbital velocity. Again. Time for cinematic shot. Right there. Okay, good. How's that orbital velocity going? We are burning fuel pretty quick, but we have plenty to burn. And it's also not going to be very difficult to reduce my orbit down low enough for the atmosphere to eventually bring me back in. So I don't need to worry too much about having tons of fuel left for... Alright, zoom out a bit so we can see our periapsis. Here we go. Periapsis is going. Good to go. Alright, I want this to go out to about there. 205 is good enough, and then we can warp around to the 205. Heck, I mean, this thing could go to lunar orbit, it just wouldn't come back. So, or would it? It's so tempting. But I don't know if I'd be able to get another 700 something delta V out of this, because that's about what it takes to get to the moon. So I don't know if I really want to do that. But I know that I need to... Whoop, not retrograde. Not retrograde. Okay, prograde. I just need to bring periapsis up to 200. This won't take very long. Right there. 199, 211. Good enough. Okay, so, I brought along these, so observe mystery goo. This isn't worth very much data, so discard that. If I had an antenna on here, that would be nice. Let's see. Let's just see what it would take to go to the moon. Because it's so tempting. I mean, it's like, why not? Alright, so... and then move the node around until I get a lunar encounter. Right there. Alright, there's our encounter. It would take... Actually, now that I think about it, it is doable. And if I go to lunar orbit, it might even be possible to bring it back. Maybe not in one piece, but it's possible. Okay. So, let me think about this. I need to find that node. The node is up this way. Here we go. Node. Right here. I want to be very precise about this. If it's going to take 30 seconds, then first, let me just test that. Oh, it's not even going to... Really? It's not even going to take that long? Okay, we got this. This is gonna be easy. So let's warp around to the node. Alright, 2, 1, stop there, burn. I needed to start the burn faster, but it doesn't matter, we'll still get a Mooner encounter, and we're going to have plenty of fuel to get back. Now, unfortunately, I can't land, and I wasn't even planning on doing this in this episode, but whatever. I need the science so I can get SAS, and once I have SAS, I might actually be able to land on the moon. Stay with the node, stay with the node, stay with the node, and throttle down more, and stop. Okay, how did we do? What did we do? Oh, this actually isn't going to be too bad. And if I do absolutely nothing when I get to the moon, then it'll send us back. So if I don't have enough fuel to put myself into lunar orbit, then I don't have to worry, because I'll just come right back if I don't collide with the moon. Alright, let's zoom in. Get a little closer. Okay, can I get any better science value for being way out here? Yes, I can. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And let's get our crew report. And while I'm at it, it's EVA. Get an EVA report. If I had gone into lunar orbit, that would have been amazing. But I don't think I'm going to have enough fuel to do that and get back into Kerbin atmosphere. It was so close. So close. I had it all set up and everything, but I used too much time warp. Oh, the story of my life. Alright. Well, let's just warp ahead to Apoapsis and kill my orbit sufficiently to get into the atmosphere. This will give some interesting re-entry effects as well. Come on. There we go. And let's just warp on home. We were that close, but now I'm out of time for this episode, so whatever. Okay, we're coming in at like almost, dude, this is crazy. Okay, I need to get re-entry on this because we're coming in at like 3.2 kilometers a second. Alright, re-entry is gonna start now. That means get the re-entry effects. Alright, looking good. Looking good for a cinematic shot. Let's get a different angle on it. Another different angle while it lasts. Another different angle if I can. And that's it. Okay. Good enough. Right. That really killed a lot of velocity there. And we're coming down on land. I may as well burn up the rest of my fuel in a futile attempt to actually try and land without landing legs. Because landing legs are completely 100% overrated. Let's not burn off all of our fuel until we're closer to the ground. 6,000, 5,000, 4,000, 3,000. Right about here should be good to start killing the rest of our velocity. I didn't even need a parachute on this thing. Bring it down further. Bring it down even more. Okay, that was close. I don't have very much fuel left. So, need to be careful not to burn it all up too early. Come on. So close. Crap, crap. I knew that parachute would come in handy. Well then, that's probably going to be about it for this episode. So I'm going to go back to the Space Center. Really? Those survived? Alright, well, I'm going to go back to the Space Center, and I need to kill the throttle. Alright, to the Space Center, let's claim our science, research, whatever, and then that's going to be it for the episode. So, tracking station. Come on. Alright, let's cover this. That's a good amount of science. So that was worth a lot. Yeah, okay, that's good. 36, however, is not going to be enough to get the SAS. So next episode, we're going to try again to go to the moon with that ship, because we were so close. And I'm going to put lander legs on it, and maybe even its own lander, for the purpose of doing that. Anyways, if you like this video, please leave a like down below. Comment if you've got any suggestions of what I should do, what I should research, so on and so forth. And, of course, subscribe to my channel so you can be automatically notified when I put out new videos. I'm going to do what I can to maintain daily uploads of this for, I don't know, at least a week, probably. Or at least until people are sick of watching it. And so that's going to be all. So thank you for watching, and goodbye.